Good morning, Infinity Fellowship. Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr here today with you on this very special Sunday morning. Are you up? Are you at it? Do you have everything ready to go for Sunday service? I hope so, because we got everything ready to go for you on this wonderful virtual platform, this multitude of platforms that we're on this morning. Listen, wherever you are, let's get our hearts, let's get our minds, let's get our spirits ready for the Infinity Fellowship. Call your family, call your friends, call the neighbors across the street, all those people who you said, hey, this light I have, where'd I get it? I got it from community, spiritual community at Infinity Fellowship, and it's time for you to tune in. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and let's start generating that strength and that algorithm. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and hit the like, hit the share, send us up some hearts, tag somebody in the broadcast, let them know that you're there. If you're on X, hit that re-X button. We're going to have an awesome time today. Happy pre-MLK Day, happy MLK birthday, and happy weekend. We're going to be talking about the love of the King. You have a dream. We all do. Today we're going to figure out how to make it happen. Get your journals, get your notebooks. It's ready, and hope you're ready for If Teacher Sunday. We'll see you in a minute. I want to say good morning, Infinity. Good morning to everyone, wherever you're broadcasting in from. We're going to get a chance to say hello to you in a minute. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr, also known as Rev Jeff, and I'm pleased to invite you into the beginning, into the opening of our sacred service today. We began with the acknowledgement of the breath. We moved to the acknowledgement of what brings us together, the God of your acceptance and understanding. We then moved to the acknowledgement of those who stood before us as we pour libations for those whose shoulders we stand upon. And then we're ready to open in gratitude and have an awesome service. So thank you for joining us for this part of our Sunday service ritual. We invite you into a brief meditation, and I invite you to, as you hear the sound of my voice and the background sounds, to just allow yourself to take a few good deep breaths in and out through your nose, if you can. I know people are like, it's my allergy season. I'm a little stuffed up today, Rev. I'm like, I'm okay. It's okay. Breathe as you can. Your breath knows how to find itself. So just begin to inhale and exhale. Not placing a count or a judgment, not putting anything on the breath, just allowing yourself to experience it. Deep inhales and deep exhales. As we slow ourselves by breathing, we center ourselves in the awareness of being present today. And I invite you into the joyful spirit of Zen, the joyful spirit of stillness, as we breathe even deeper on the inhale. And even more consciously on the exhale. And now, beyond just the act, experience how it feels. Trace the path of the air as it enters your body and goes down into your chest, way into your belly below where your navel is. Feel it as that air then empties out, flattening the stomach, exiting through the nose into the atmosphere again. And to my young people out there of all ages, you're doing a great job just being conscious of breathing. Continue to breathe just like this, and then add to this breathing practice the closing of the eyes as we now fully center our awareness on the breath. As we breathe in, as we breathe out, we acknowledge the presence of our mind today, its awareness focused within. We acknowledge the presence of our body today as it houses this essence that we call Ashe or breath. We acknowledge the presence of spirit today as it inhabits this body, as it influences these thoughts in this mind. We bring them into alignment with the breath, inhaling the reminder to stay balanced. Exhaling and releasing those things that toss us into balance, that out of balance. Finding the space of peace in the constancy of the inhale and the exhale. as we acknowledge in our spirit the absorbing of the sound energy of the singing bowl as it acknowledges the presence of mind, body, and spirit, taking us deeper into breathing, taking us deeper into conscious awareness of the presence of the divine. Turning our attention now toward the God of our acceptance and understanding. Feeling that light, feeling that love, feeling that presence. Affirming through the breath that that presence is always accessible to us. And that when we pause to acknowledge it, we recognize that all is truly well. And now I invite you from this space of peacefulness and cleansing to allow your head to bow and to allow your heart to open as we all go together to the God of your acceptance and understanding in thanksgiving. All-powerful divine source, Mother, Father, God, Creator, known and felt by many different names and yet experienced through one unified energy. We give thanks to you in this moment right now as I speak on behalf of those who are joining us from all over the place. We acknowledge your presence in our life, and we acknowledge that it is a joyful presence. And as it is a joyful presence, we are joyful participants in this presence and awareness as divine reflections of you. Oh, give thanks. Oh, give thanks. Oh, give thanks. For us to be able to pause in the opening of the way and acknowledge you. And acknowledge in thanksgiving the power that you have instilled within us, the same power that lit the sky and the sun and hung it in the sky, the same power that animates our bodies when we rise from a dead level to a living perpendicular, the same energy that ignites a smile in our children and a tear in a thankful elder's eye, this same energy that pushes the plants and flora and fauna up from the ground, this same energy that moves the waters, this same energy that communicates across invisible electromagnetic waves, this same energy that guides the infinite universe that we strive to know. The same energy that stimulates the curiosity, that performs science and experimentation to help us understand who we truly are. For it is truly written that if we know ourselves, we will know the secrets of the universe. And the greatest secret that is yet to be fully understood is that you are always with us, working for our good. And so we acknowledge in this moment that good. We acknowledge that we are standing at the crossroads of history right now, and that those of us who are alive in this era are here not to suffer, but to overcome, that we are here not to become cynical, but for us to become visionary. And in this year of 2025, this year of divine development, we are recognizing that we are operating from the power of love, and we are being guided with the GPS of divine vision that comes from you. So we speak this vision manifest. We speak safety over those who are gathered, who are hearing the sound of my voice. We speak safety over those in the future who will see this as a past rebroadcast and yet still be inspired by the live and living love that is flowing through this infinite life stream. We speak enlightenment for those who showed up for the knowledge and the wisdom. We speak peace, joy, and affirmation from those who come into this fellowship to know that every single week they experience community live, in person, with their friends, with people who they get to interact with during the week, and that this divine and blessed fellowship reminds us that we are here in this world together, threads on the divine tapestry of human existence, threads on the divine tapestry of the universe that is infinite and continually expansive, threads in this beautiful tapestry of humanity that brings us together to experience and re-experience you and your energy through the diversity that we see and experience before us. And so we are grateful today. We are grateful as we open this way. We are grateful as we open this service. We are grateful for our bodies. We are grateful for our minds and consciousness. We are grateful for the ability to recognize that when we gather in places like this, when we hold space for love, we amplify our creativity and our divine purpose, and we leave this world better than it was when we emerged into it. And so I speak that creativity will abound here, that consciousness will abound here, that those who are listening here who have a dream, that it will abound here, that it will grow here, that it will explode here, that it will expand here, and that will go into our health areas with our bodies, that we will have strong, vital bodies, that we will have powerful and growing and loving relationships, that we will have healing of past trauma and prevention of present and future trauma. And we proclaim this today. We proclaim that as this nation grapples with its identity between fact and fiction, with its identity between freedom and oppression, that we stand in the precipice, that we stand in the void, and we stand tall to create the bridge that will manifest freedom, justice, and equality. So we do not go forward today or tomorrow with the spirit of worry or concern or anger or rage, that we go forth with the vision to be a part of the change, to move from surviving to thriving. And we commit to that today. And we commit in this service to continue to operate with an open heart. Speak to us continually through our songs and through our hugs and through our words and through our encouragements in the infinite life stream. And we'll always be mindful to give you the praise, to give you the acknowledgement, and to embrace you in our awareness today. It is for these things and other things that we cannot put into words. We simply say, thank you and welcome into this space. Deep inhale and exhale. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. It is done. Let us prepare for our pouring of libations. As we pour this water today that represents the living, we recognize and remember those who have gone before, who are represented by the earth that we pour into, understanding that we do stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us, and we pause to open the way for them as absence in this physical body simply means presence in the divine and limitless cosmos that are around us. This energy of love, it continues. So we know that energy is not created or destroyed, it only changes form. And in this moment today, we recognize that when you call on the folks who have come before you, you have a direct conduit connection with the universe, even if for nothing but gratitude for you getting here today. So we pour to a couple of people today to start us off in ceremony, and then we will continue to pour for those who have gone before. I invite you to prepare your mind and your household to acknowledge those people who have transitioned from the space of life to the space of life after life. Today, I'm in my special acknowledgement threads today. I've got my wonderful remembrance necklace on that Sister Latia Stewart put together for my family 3 years ago. Today, my mom made her transition into life after life. So things move forward, but we always have that acknowledgement for Queen Mother Catherine Hayes Carr, Ashe. And also to the Hunter family, the Carr family, the Smith family, many of the families up there in Putnam County and beyond. We want to send energy out to Brother Douglas Hunter, Ashe. And this energy will acknowledge in your spirit that you have transitioned from this realm to the ancestral realm. So if you'd like, go ahead and place a name in the chat. And when you place that name in the chat, it will give us an opportunity to see who your folks are too. So we want to acknowledge them as we go to the altar to pour our libations. Ashe. We say in acknowledgement, cool water, freshen our spirits. Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space for spiritual work. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Do grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. We pour to the energy of the North that symbolizes us being a yes today. I invite you to show up and to be fully present, to have an open heart and see what that brings you. Ashe. To the energy of the South and the understanding that we are squarely in who we are. And when we recognize whose we are fully holistic and loving human beings. Ashe. To the energy of the East and the rising sun, giving acknowledgement that we got here today. We had another day that we woke up. I'm so happy you got up and joined us at Infinity Fellowship. Everything in the past is in the past. You can't get yesterday back. So live in the now. Ashe. To the energy of the West, knowing that even as the sun goes down and the western horizon, the moon and the stars come out, there is always light, even in your darkest moment. When you look around and you look up, there is always light to guide you home. Ashe. From the 4 cardinal directions, we take the 5th direction, the ground below us, understanding and recognizing that as we plant ourselves, as we acknowledge our roots, those roots grow deeper. And when those roots grow deeper, we may bend in the storm, but the roots keep us connected. And it always is better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. To the 6th direction, the sky above us, and the acknowledgement of being able to allow our minds to wander as they wander. And as they do so, we come up with beautiful visions and ideas. And then we acknowledge the gift that we have as little C creators to the big C creator. The gift to be able to bring those dreams into manifest reality. Oh, how special that is. Ashe. And finally, we pour to the 7th direction, Grand Central Station. In ancient terms, Anahata, when we place our hands at Anjali, at prayer. It is the heart center. You are the center of these crossroads. You get the opportunity to choose how we want to walk through this life. And when we walk through this life in gratitude, we see amazing things happen every single day. Ashe. And so I ask in this moment that you at home, if you're standing or if you're pouring water into your own plant, or if you're just with us in the place, I want you to go ahead and start calling the names of those ancestors that you remember. You can place your hands over your heart, close your eyes if you'd like to. Let the people in the neighborhood hear. Let the people in your household hear. Say it at a whisper if you need to, but go ahead and call aloud those names of those who have transitioned, who you want to acknowledge and remember right now. And finally, for the children in the womb, in the world, and yet unborn. We say together around the world, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, it is done. Let's generate some gratitude up in this place today as we are getting ready. Lady Kenitha is in the house, and I want to see if I can get her to come up and do our statement of infinitude for us, for those of you who are brand new. Our statement of infinitude is letting you know who we are, letting us know and letting you know in particular what Infinity Fellowship is all about. And we are very excited to welcome up our recent birthday lady. Birthday lady, celebrate. It's a birthday weekend, y'all. Y'all give it up. She's absolutely stunning and creative and just wonderful. Lady Kenitha Carr, y'all, with our statement of infinitude. Snap, 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 snap. Morning.
And greetings. So I am Lady Kenitha Carr, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. We pause to remind you of the 4 core principles of our gathering, and we call it SNAP. The essence SNAP is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. Yes. And finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful that you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation perceived by many names, yes, yet known by only one energy. Yes. So, guess what? This is the foundational practice of true interspirituality, where all are affirmed in love energy. So I invite you all at home to stand with me and join me in our statement of infinitude.
We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community.
Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen.
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 Hotep.
Hotep.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. All right. Well, let's get some gratitude going today. I am grateful for you. Happy birthday, birthday lady. Happy birthday. Looking awesome, jamming, ready to go, rock and roll. I'm ready to do it too. Listen, this is when we generate gratitude, and it's very simple. It's like the slide says on the screen. It says, my name is, and I am grateful for. So we got everybody that's going to participate in this joint. Everybody who is hearing me under the sound of my voice, I am issuing the Sunday morning challenge from Infinity Fellowship. Introduce yourself and say it, that I am grateful for. And we say good morning to you when we do this. We're going to sing a little bit. And when we sing, y'all, put it in the chat box. Come on. A good morning to you. What's your name and what you're grateful for? Come on, Infinite Life streamers. I see y'all coming in already. Yeah, we see you, Courtney. We see you, Tashana. We see you, Christina. We see you, Iris. We know y'all are there. Come on, what do y'all got? Da 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 da. Good morning to you. 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 Good morning to you.
I'm sure you're typing it in, the things that you're grateful for. I know we are generating that grateful energy. I can't wait to hear what it is that you're grateful for. And I know that I'm so grateful for this morning and us being together live and online, getting that good stuff in. Hey, to you, a good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey,
Good morning to you. Good
good morning to you. Thank you, Lady Kenitha, for the good morning welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look, I see a lot of you out there. I see you online here, reading off a couple of you that I see in here. Sister Michelle Mayberry is saying hello from Texas. Grateful for Infinity Fellowship. Love you guys so much. Thanks, Reverend Sister Kenitha, and thank you because we love y'all too. We got Sister Keisha in the house. Grateful for this AM and good health. I see you. We got Sister Angie Bartlett-Treese said, good morning. I'm Angela Bartlett-Treese. I'm grateful for a sense of peace and gratitude. Come on, Martin Turnley. Brother Martin says, good morning, if family. Courtney Williams says, good morning and happy Sunday. She is going in. People are grateful for health and wellness. I'm seeing you all in the Infinite Life stream, and it all looks absolutely beautiful. Y'all, let's keep that going. This stream in Infinite Life energy is powerful, and today is If Teaches, so we get a chance to talk back to each other a lot during service. So we want you particularly to get ready to talk back during the message in the morning download. It's going to be beautiful. But for right now, I get to say good morning, Infinity, again, all around the world. Good morning, Infinity. I don't want no incidents. I don't care. I got a hard head. Good morning, Infinity. Bam. And it falls. See, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know. I'm not like many other places. I don't mind being on Church Funnies. I like making people laugh. It real ups like who knows? We might be on Church Funnies. I don't know. We may have done something. We've had some. Yeah, there's one time that plant started tipping over, I think, during service, but somebody caught it. So we have lots of stuff that happens in real life. So yeah, Rev Jeff, luckily I got a big hard head. You're getting new positions. So yes, good morning, Infinity. What was I saying? No, I'm kidding. Tomorrow. Well, now my name is, I got you. My name is Rev Jeff, y'all. This is when we get to welcome our first-time visitors. And yes, we are off the chain like this every Sunday. If you've ever come to Infinity, if you ever watched the Sunday broadcast live stream, and especially if you've ever been in this room, you know that we are 100% authentic and transparent. This is who we are. And when funny things happen, we laugh. And that's what we do, because we're supposed to be joyful in this place. As long as nobody gets hurt, that's our first rule. We always have to ask, are you all right first? Except for with me, everybody kind of giggled at that. It's okay, yeah, y'all just kind of trust Rev's gonna be all right. Because I know the Lord is watching me. This is when we say welcome to our first-time visitors. So listen, first-timers, if you're a first-timer to Infinity, go ahead and type first time in the box. And when you type first time in your chat box, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you may be on X, people will smother you with hearts and high fives, and they will say welcome. Welcome, welcome. We like to say welcome in a couple of powerful ways. Number one, we like to send you a note and reach out to you and let you know that we acknowledge you being here. So on the screen, there's a QR code that you can hold your phone up to and scan. And we'll also put something in the box for you as well so that you can click on that link and go and visit our welcome page. Really, really nice. This is the fellowship where people make the quantum leap from simple religious doctrine into expansive and responsible spirituality. So listen, if you're on a journey like that and you say, hey, I've been looking to connect with a place like this, go ahead and fill out that form. Of course, it doesn't obligate you to membership. There's a box at the end. If you want to check it and join, you can. We are into our new members orientation right now, but we have a way, if you wanted to join us this afternoon, to get caught up. I can catch you up. I'll give you more on this later. But this may be your first physical time at Infinity, but we like to let you know at this part of the service that we see and feel the real you. And we know the who, what, where, when, and why of you. You say, how is that? How do you know? I've never been here before. Well, we feel your energy because we recognize who we are. And we are not just human beings who showed up this Sunday to have a spiritual experience. We speak and know that that's going to happen. What the truth is though, there's that we are the opposite. We are spirits who are navigating this human experience and journey. So that's what we're doing together. And so we acknowledge this, and we're so grateful that you stopped in with us. And we're so grateful that you are experiencing what many people have experienced at Infinity. And it's fellowship, and it's community. And it's a place where you will be seen, where you will be embraced, and you will be known. And a bunch of people around you will commit to making sure that everything that you desire, if you put yourself into a spiritual practice, it's going to be celebrated, it's going to be embraced, and we will stand with you in community. You don't have to do this by yourself, okay? So on behalf of the Infinity Fellowship, we like to welcome you in a special way. Take a deep breath and inhale and exhale. And as we send the sounds of peace, peace gently into the atmosphere under what I'm saying, we want you to absorb these words, hear these words, and know that people around the world are repeating this. And if you're standing with somebody, say it to them. Even if that somebody is trying to tune in early on the football game, just say, hey, hold on one second. I got something to tell you. Grandmama, I got something to tell you. Niece, I got something to tell you, all right? And repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really do see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Well, I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. I say, oh, good drop right there. Hey, Good drop right there. Dance it out, y'all. Dance it out, y'all. Dance it out, y'all. Dance it out. Hey, we got Imani Anu, a first timer in the house. Y'all show her some love. She's joining us on Facebook. We love to see it. We got energy in the house. We got Brother Jafi is in the house with us today. Ja is guiding and protecting us. All of the good wishes coming in on the Infinite Life stream on the scroll, y'all. Drop something good in there for Sister Imani, for everybody else who is joining us today. Drop it in. Let them feel good. Y'all can get on up there. Get that groove on. Get that feeling in there. Make it happen. Yeah. Hey. Hey. You want me to get going? Hey, come on. I can. Hey, look, I got on my black and gold today. Hey. What? I can't start stepping. Y'all know we're in an old house. I be, tore up the lights, but I don't mind. Get the groove on. I don't know. It's kind of got that cut like the. I want to do the new edition. I want to do that for some reason. I don't know what that is. I love y'all. It's time for us to do our offering, y'all. We're going to take this energy of gratitude and we're going to take it into our offertory period. We're going to carry this energy into our sacred moment of action. As you see on the screen, it is time for giving in this place. We have many platforms that you can give on, including Cash App, including PayPal, or including mail. You can mail your check in as well, and I'll have a slide up for you on that as well. We also want to say congratulations. I just want to pause in this moment and say two things. Congratulations to everybody who has dove, they've dived clearly into the spirit of being a giver in 2025. There are people who say, hey, you know what? I know I wanted to be a giver in 2024. Things were not going well for me. And then they realized after some reading and study, well, things are not going well for me because I'm operating in lack. And so the universe can't give to me if I'm a spirit of lack. So 2025, I decided to be a spirit of giving. And already in 3-4 weeks, people have seen doors open because they're like, something changed. Well, that's because you put yourself in alignment with a universe that continues to grow and expand. So that's number one. Number two, shout out, y'all, Infinity folks. Listen, last year has been a great year of growth for so many of you. And I want to thank you for taking the principles that we teach here and actually putting them into action. We started new members orientation and we were talking about this concept of giving and what it means, and it's a foundation for everything else. Today we're not diving into goal setting, but it was important because this past week, thanks to our Chief Operating Officer, Lady Kenitha, and then our accounting firm, our independent accountants, they have sent out our year-end letters, our giving statements. So if you've been giving regularly at Infinity, you got that giving statement. And I guarantee you, every year you look at that, when you see it going up, that means that you have been blessed exceedingly every single year. It's a tangible way to say, I can't believe if I gave that much, how much was given to me? So it's a wonderful, tangible metric to gauge how your spirit is on giving. And that's what's beautiful about giving in a space of love and pouring back into a community where you receive your spiritual food. That's what we're doing today. That's what offertory period is about. If you did not receive your year-end letter, or if you need to request one because we may not have you in our database, if you gave in 2024, just send us an email to infinitynashville@gmail.com. That's all one word. The contact is on our website too at myif.org. So listen, get that and we'll get that to you as well, because we're very, very serious about transparency, authenticity, and taking care of business at Infinity. So we're grateful. Let us prepare our hearts and mind for our giving, because we do recognize how good everything is for us. So I want y'all to pull out your devices. I want you to pull out your checkbook, whatever you use to give to Infinity. We're going to put up this slide in a minute so you can see exactly how to give. But we invite you to lift those devices in the air, hold your energy in the air, Take a deep breath with us, because money is simply energy. It's a tool. So we're about to put this tool into practice as givers. Deep breath and exhale. Focus our energy on the screen for our giving affirmation, because this is how we give with superpowered gratitude. Let us say it all together. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Say it with me. Everything is good.
Everything is good.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good.
I got it good.
Now you're going to be singing it with us. Lady Kanitha's taking us through. Come on, y'all. Let's rock this thing. Where you at? Let's sing. Everything is good.
Everything is good. Yeah. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah. Everything is good. Yeah. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on and tell yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Everything is good. Come on, everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Go ahead and remind yourself everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah, we've got it. We've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah, I've got it good.
Yeah. Awesome. Y'all give it up. Snap, snap, snaps all around for the awesome and amazing Lady Kanitha, and for the spirit of everything being good. Isn't it good? Ain't it good? Ain't it good? It always feels good to give at Infinity. And like I said, we're always in a great position of having an understanding of just how powerful that frequency is. I love y'all. I love it. I love this energy. Listen, we're going to have a few announcements before we get to standing ovations. But that said, a standing ovation is something that has happened that is great in your life. It's an accomplishment that you want to click off, that you want to check off, that as a result of your spiritual practice, you have seen manifest in your life. So by all means, in this moment, I'm going to put up this QR code so that you can hold your phone up and get this standing ovation in. Make sure that you hit this QR code, that right there. Touch on that or go to the link in the chat and just pause right now and get that form in. So briefly, just let us know What has happened for you? A lot of people have talked about this year, open doors, new jobs, accomplishments they've had in a healed relationship, whatever it may be. Go ahead and list that so that we can celebrate you when we get to standing ovations. That QR code is on the screen and the link is in the chat. Get it in there because, as I remind people, it takes about 3 minutes for that to populate on our screen. We do this live and in real time. So as we do this, help us out by getting that standing ovation in so that we can have an understanding of how to celebrate you. And that's what we're going to do. So first off, in our announcements, the things that we want to share with you first thing, we want to welcome you to the first month in the year of 2025. It is the year of divine development, as you see on your screen. And as we welcome you into this first month, we recognize the saying at the bottom that we are powered by love and guided by vision. We want that to be a personal mantra for you this year. So the mantra is, I am powered by love and guided by vision. Say that with me. I am powered by love and guided by vision. Somebody in the Infinite Life Stream, somebody in the chat, type that in just so we can remind somebody. Put some quotations on there to say, I am powered by love and guided by vision. When this theme tells you that, when you see it on here, divine development, we're talking about a process of doing or being, a specified state of growth or advancement, a new and refined product or idea, an event constituting a new stage in a changing situation. So this energy is going to be important for you as you move through. Every message is going to cover something under that theme. The theme of being empowered by love, guided by vision. Today, MLK weekend, we are going to put that into action in a brand new way in just a few minutes. So make sure you have your notebooks and your journals ready. Today, also this afternoon, we resume our second session of new members orientation. We still have a couple of seats. If those of you who want to just register directly for that, 1 to 3 p.m. today is our second session. Shout out to those who have been going through. This class started last week with a bang. We've got 3 more sessions, and if you get in on today's session, you can still catch up from last week. So do not miss out on this opportunity to be a part of the winter class of 2025, new members. We are getting deep into some ancient wisdom and having a powerful time. Lady Kenitha and I are doing that with our people today. So hold up your phone to the screen, scan that, and we can get you in. We still got a couple of slots for you. Now we want to remind you that we do meet in person on first Sundays. So you get to come in here and jam with the musicians and the Voices of Infinity and the choral ensemble. On second and third and fourth Sundays, we are here on the Infinite Life Stream. So glad we still got so many people joining us and continue to join us on the Infinite Life Stream. We remind you to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and be a part of that as well. Next week, Yoga Sunday, y'all. Yes, claps and snaps all around. We are the institution that has brought yoga into the Sunday service experience. And it started as an experiment, but it is now it's over 10 years old, every fourth Sunday. So it is for all levels, no excuses. Roll that mat out at home and get ready to join us for 2025. Put that on your vision board that you're going to move that body more and get connected. Reminder that if you have not experienced Love and Light, which is weekly, 7 p.m. in our Band app. Once you join Infinity, you get to be a part of the Band app. You get to have profound conversations. This is one of our best ones. Happens on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Terrell and Tashana Lindsley are hosting it. And if you've been once, you know it's great. If you've never been, trust me, go to it. And it doesn't matter. There's not a rolling curriculum, so you can drop in and have a conversation and be a part of the community on a deeper level and make it powerful. Okay, that said, we're going to bring back up Lady Kenitha because it is time for standing ovation.
Tune your vibration to my
comes from our practice of snap.
Yes.
That's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives, and that's action. And so if we do these things,
Yes.
then every week we see examples of progress in our life, and that is the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. When your name is called, please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovation, we will all snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them. So let's
Yes.
practice. We
Practice
got our
our snap. Wherever you are at home,
going
practice our
on.
snap.
And then at the end, we're going to do a collective standing ovation at the end.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Okay, first standing ovation we have, like I said before, I want to send a shout out to Lady Kenitha Carr for her birthday.
And can I just
on
say
Friday.
thank you to everybody who sent like all those warm messages and the gifts and everything. I just felt so loved. Our Infinity family, y'all, I feel so loved. And I love all of you. If I didn't get a chance to respond or send you a text or on the side, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. It was a great birthday.
That's awesome. And more great creative
And we
things to
got
come.
something in the works. Or step closer.
We're going to drop a bomb on y'all soon, a birthday bomb. So, yes, you deserve it. You had a great time. It's been a great time celebrating.
Yes. It's not over yet, though.
It's not over the whole weekend.
I'm claiming the entire week.
Forget inauguration,
Hey.
MLK Day, all that. It's just, school is out on Monday, so
Okay.
if y'all see us running down, Thompson Lane or something, just pray for us. We're gonna be all right. Just pray for us. All right, good. We've got our other standing ovations to get to now. We got it. All right, first standing ovation we have come from Taylor and Talia Lindsley. Hey, y'all. How you doing? Taylor, I got my grades up last quarter. I was just going to stop and shout on that right there, parent. And I am on the honor roll
Oh, yeah.
and will be attending the ceremony. There's a ceremony. Please send us pictures because we want to make sure. Are you doing red carpet or paparazzi pictures? Whatever it is, we're gonna make sure we're there. That's what Taylor says, and Taylor's going. She says, I will be attending the ceremony. She RSVP'd already, so that's gonna be great. I hope Tyrell or somebody. I hope y'all get to be the +1.
Yes.
Talia, I won my basketball game. And I scored some points. Go ahead. I love it. This is gratitude in action, y'all. That's just real gratitude in action. All right, we love it. Next, we have Sister Courtney Williams, Dr. Courtney Williams, Nashville, Tennessee. I am a newly published author of a children's book and adult coloring book. Put me down for one of each. Well, put 2 children's books and 1 adult coloring book because I got to get a children's book for my children, but I'm also going to have one for myself because I like to read all kind of books and they're all beautiful. That is awesome. Okay, so next standing ovation we have is Denise Knowles. The Nashville Aces faced the Columbus, Ohio Wizards last night on our home court. The Nashville Aces, Sister Denise is a basketball coach, y'all, for a team called the Nashville Aces. The Columbus, Ohio Wizards last night on our home court. We took the victory 128-115. So there's a victory there, coach's victory. Standing ovation, and our son's Staff Sergeant Jalen Ramey celebrates 12 years in the United States Air Force today. 12 years, Jalen, congratulations, man. That is a benchmark, man. Go, that's awesome, man. Winning victories and doing all of that. Our final ovation today is Brother Tony I. Says, I had the opportunity to play background audience for the country duo The War and Treaty. They also gave tickets to us for their upcoming show, and they are really phenomenal. That's awesome, Tony. There's entertainment experiences are in there. That's what we got. Okay.
Oh, and Mansa.
Oh.
We celebrated Mansa's 5th birthday.
Mansa, look, Mansa, we got to hang with Mansa, Craig Major, Latamicia, Fierce. We got to hang with Zamora, all of that. We got to stop in and say Mansa is 5 years old. I did that boy's naming ceremony. Had in one hand, and it's a little baby, and now he's 5 years old. So Mansa, King Mansa, this is for you. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mansa. Man, it's good to see you. He was so great. He came running up to us in a little place. And I don't care how long Mansa's known you, he's going to ask you the same thing.
Ask you the same question.
Give you a hug. What's your name?
Okay.
Yes, we got your Mansa, but we know yours. Okay, so that's what we do. What do we do?
All right,
What is our final thing?
If you shared, you're going to have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a collective standing ovation.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Those are the announcements and ovations for today. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Ashe. I want to turn your attention as we get ready to move into the space of giving. Food today. We're getting ready to feed, y'all. We're getting ready to feed. And that means it's time for today's download. Today's download is going to be something that is coming around the energy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We know we are celebrating his birthday, and there is a lot going on in terms of energy and hoopla we may get into, but I'll call your attention to the screen and to take a deep breath there. And yes, know that I took the liberty of adding in for the sake of knowing that there's balance. This is the true test of a true measure, the ultimate measure, if you will, of a woman or a man. But MLK said, and I'll read it twice, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The ultimate measure of a woman is not where she stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where she stands at times of challenge and controversy. So the ultimate measure of you today is not where you stand in moments of comfort and convenience. Oh, if that were only true. Where do you stand when things are good? But it's where you stand in times of challenge and of controversy. And we have to make sure I got a good frame over here, Tony, as well, to make sure, because in this one, I'm not going to have much headroom if I sit down, but that's going to be my main, and this is going to be my cover. So I want to make sure that you all have an understanding of knowing that what we're talking about today is very, very, very powerful. What we're talking about is very, very, very powerful. This is a time where we're going to actually explore this energy of MLK and this energy of what it means, what it really means to truly love like a king. Because in addition to Dr. Martin Luther King on today, it's important that you know that you have a dream too. Somebody in the chat say, you have a dream. You have a dream. Love like a king. Love like a king. Somebody in the chat say, I have a dream. Give it to me and put it in there.
because this is what we want to do. This is what we want to explore today. We want to explore the concept of love. And when we talk about the concept of love, when we talk about this energy of MLK, we are often finding ourselves at odds. And the reason why we find ourselves at odds a lot is because people have a remembrance of MLK and Dr. King that is highly influenced by the people who survived, who did not have to take the bullet that he took. And see, when you have people who are around who didn't take the bullet, the interpretations, the further that you get away from the incident, begin to grow, and it becomes mythical, it becomes legendary. And so when we talk about centering this concept of love for MLK, when we start concentrating on what love is, we want to bring this awareness into our consciousness space. And when we bring this awareness into our consciousness space, we start to focus on something that is important. We start to focus our energy on this understanding of what the lessons are that we can get about love, particularly from the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., someone who has become epically and mythically attached to the concept of love. But we want to center ourselves around the concept of love by centering ourselves around the concept of going inward. So I invite you to take a deep breath with me as we go inward. And as we turn our consciousness inside, we want to tune out those things that distract us and focus our energy on love. Love is a land. Love is a space. It is an area of consciousness. And I invite you to come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. I said, come and go with me to that land. Where I'm bound, I said, where I'm bound, I said, come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Why don't you come and go with me to that land? Where I'm bound, oh, there is love in that land. I said that there is love in that land. I said there is love in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I hear you. There is love in that land. Said there is love in that land. I said that there is love in that land. Where I'm bound, oh, there is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. I said that there is wisdom in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I said there is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. Oh, there is wisdom in that land. Where I'm bound, oh, don't you wanna go with me to that land? I said, don't you wanna go with me to that land? Y'all, don't you wanna go with me to that land? Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Oh, don't you go with me to that land. Don't you wanna go with me to that land. Don't you wanna go with me to that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Deep inhale, deep exhale. As you put yourself and your thoughts and your consciousness around this concept of love, And I always want to say that we love like a king because Martin Luther King gave us this opportunity to actually feel and experience what love is. We often are quoted, and we quote in the church, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, and whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life." It's an example of love. Love is this sacrificial energy, but love is also a power source that, as we've said this entire month, is absolutely infinite. And as an infinite power source, we have a way to tap in today to a source that will keep us going through the highs and the lows. And so this is where we are. This is what we want to talk about, because when we talk about Martin Luther King, we talk about a number of myths that we have. That Dr. King had this dream, but he was not focused in reality. He was not focused in the times that he was living in. Because how could you be focused when you are facing Bull Connor? How could you be focused and dealing with reality if you're facing the National Guard and you're facing people who are organizing to have you murdered and to bomb your houses and all of the things that you see happening during the civil rights movement that we know? How could you stay focused on this ideal called love when everybody around you is hating you? How do you stay focused? How do we stay focused on this concept of love when everything around us is telling us to hate? How are y'all staying focused for tomorrow? And I don't mean in the church, I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. I'm talking about tomorrow, January 20th, tomorrow, 2025. How y'all feeling about that? How y'all feeling about that? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good about MLK Day? Or are you feeling bad that somebody that you don't particularly love has co-opted MLK Day to turn it into Inauguration Day? You feeling a little angry? I've gotten texts and tweets, and people are saying, well, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn on our TVs, but we're going to make sure it's not going to be on the station for inauguration so that we can mess with the power ratings to make sure that it's not the most seen inauguration. And I said to myself, I can't participate in that vibration. And it's not because I think it's not going to be effective, but it's because you get what you focus on. And if we are focused around things that are primarily rooted in negativity, it's going to be extremely difficult for us to be able to vibrate around some positive aspect of love that allows us to conquer. And I know, let it simmer for a minute there. Let it simmer for a minute, because I know everybody's like, when you give people an opportunity, when you tell people this is an opportunity for us to love, depending on what it is, they're going to say, you know what, I'm down with that. Or they're going to say, well, you know, Rev, I'm with you on that love stuff, except for right now. And I think it's okay for us to not love. I think it's okay for us to not love. Is this one up here not blinking? This, Tony, this one right here on the podium right here, is that not connecting the camera? The one up here? Appreciate you, man, a little bit. Just so I can. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, man. Thank you. Just a little bit between that and the other one to just allow us to not be so wide. I don't like to be too distant from folks, you know, especially when we are talking to our folks on the internet and making sure you're on this infinite life stream. When we talk about this energy, right, and we talk about what we focus on, it is not when everything is good for you. Loving is not when everything is going well. That's the love we tend to focus on. That's what we tend to think about. But I promise you right now, if you go back to just today's meditation, I'm going to read it for you one more time. The ultimate measure of anybody is not where you stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where you stand at times of challenge and controversy. What happens when it's time for you to love and you just don't want to? Or you just don't feel like it, or you just don't have it in you. I don't have it in you to love like that. But I'm telling you that if you want to transform in 2025, if you want to transform right now, if you want to transform before the end of this session, Spirit is telling you that you have to transform from a place of love. When we talk about celebrating Martin Luther King, we can't just celebrate his death. We have to celebrate his life. And we have to celebrate the fact that we know about Martin Luther King because of his calling and because he decided that he was going to choose love. I didn't say he chose weakness. I didn't say he chose cowardice. I didn't say he chose anything that was going to prevent him from being 100% strong. He chose love because love has the power to transform. And so in honor of Dr. King today, because we can say we see fruit from his work, spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof. We look back and we see proof. And we see it 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years later. The reason why we see it is because when he was advancing his truth in the world, he was considered the most hated man in America. No, seriously, there were magazine articles. The most hated man in America. Take a deep breath on that. Young people out there, when they're playing those speeches, excerpts, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day my children will sit down with the children of former slave. I have a dream. You know, we do that and we play that record all the time. And yet, we don't recognize that as that was being played, it's famous now, but there were people who were trying to kill this man the entire time he was there. There were other civil rights leaders who would not walk with him. He wrote a letter from a Birmingham jail. He wrote that letter to other leaders, ministers, members of the clergy in his own city who stuck him out there so that he could get his head cut off. And then they went in the shadows. And then once things started happening, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. And now, years later, everybody that you know or do not know, who you can't identify in a picture, says the same thing. I marched with Dr. King. I marched with Dr. King. Where? Oh, I was in the crowd. We marched down there. Yeah, man, we marched, man. I said, okay, where'd y'all? Yeah, tell me about it. Well, man, there's a lot going on back then, man. But I tell you, man, I marched with Dr. King. And you can't verify. I'm like, how is it that everybody marched with Dr. King, but the majority of black people even were against him when he was alive? Because he was talking about love. You see, this is what happens. You don't think about what the future is going to bring. You focus on right now and what you're going to put in the world with your heart and what you're going to do in times of challenge and controversy. And so today, Dr. King has 4 little things to say about love. And the things that he has to say comes with a way to actionize this thing. The first thing that he says about love is simple. Dr. Martin Luther King says, love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Love is the only force. I'm not telling you that you want to transfer an enemy into the friend, but I'm telling you that it is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend when you're talking about legitimate relationships. If you have people who are out there who are coming against you, who are harming you, who do not like you, listen, that doesn't mean that you place yourself in a subservient position. It means that you recognize that fighting with their same energy is not going to transform the relationship. Love is transformative. Somebody say that in the chat. Love transforms. Love transforms. And I know if you're feeling right now, because you're thinking about some people you just don't have no love for, you're like, I don't want to transform them, Rev. I don't want to. But if you're going to have any transformation, you're going to have to practice the energy of love. And the reason why is because, we'll go to the slides, T. Thank you. All right. Approaching difficult situations from a foundational perspective of love opens the path to empathy and understanding. That's the point that we get from this. Approaching difficult situations from a foundational perspective of love opens the path to empathy and understanding. So I want to give y'all some real true tools on love today. And when you're talking about any kind of relationship, when you're talking about empathy and understanding, whether you're talking about romantic relationships, whether you're talking about platonic relationships, whether you're talking about conflict resolution, whatever you may be talking about in that context, if you utilize a perspective of love as the foundation for how you enter into this conversation and this interaction, it opens the path to both empathy and understanding. In the therapeutic environment, it's called active listening. It's called active listening. Many conflicts can be resolved with active listening. And so somebody in the chat say, I'm an active listener. I'm giving you all real time. We're giving you real time intel and real time spiritual practice. Somebody say, I'm an active listener. Even if you're not, we're going to get this mantra going. I am an active listener. I am an active listener. I am an active listener. What does that mean? That means that instead of listening, so that I can get what they're saying out of the way so that I can make my point, because that's why I'm really there, so that you can hear what I'm saying and feel me. And I don't need to listen to anything else. I need to be heard. Instead of listening to try to find a reply or a response by my mind, you are actively listening with an empathetic ear to understand where they're coming from. Everyone in the world is motivated by self-interest. And if we put ourselves into an active listening environment, when we are saying the foundational principle is when I encounter this person, I love them. What would it be like if you walked into a new environment and said, I am carrying the spirit of love, and that's what I'm operating from? Somebody's funky to me, guess what? I'm trying to hear what's going on with them that's making them be funky with me, because obviously, especially if you don't know me very well, if you're being negative and funky with me, there's obviously something going on within you. And I don't mean Southern, bless your heart, something's wrong with you, baby, let me pray for you. I don't mean that energy. I mean empathy and understanding. I am an active listener. When you're thinking about people hearing other people's perspectives, you are operating from love. When you are able to listen and figure out what other people are saying and doing and why they are, you are actively listening from a perspective of love, and that is how you move into success. The second thing that I'm going to give you from Dr. King, and that is that his quote says, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Whoa. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Somebody say hate is heavy. I did type that in the chat. Hate is heavy. Hate is heavy. And if you don't think hate is heavy, I'm just going to tell you, you haven't tried to hate anybody. You've never had a situation that boiled your spirit up. And if you look at that, go back to that quote, because that quote is important. It has, and I want to stress for you, I have decided to stick with love. Read that. I have decided to stick with love. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have decided, I'll do the changes, but you keep us on there. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Active word is I decided. You chose. So if you choose to stick with love, you're also choosing to stick with hate. So the second point I'm going to make, and I'll do it from up here, Tony, from here on out. You get the right to choose what you focus on with your love power. You grow what you feed. If you are feeding hatred, you're growing more hate. If you are growing, or if you are feeding a spirit of anxiety, you get more anxiety. If you are growing a narrative that says you're a victim, if you're feeding that, that is what is growing. The concept of the two wolves, one good, one bad, and the question is, which one am I? Which one are you feeding the most? That's the story. You're going to grow and amplify whatever you feed. So if you decide to stick with love, you're going to feed love. If you decide to hold on to the burden of hate, it is going to get heavier. So the question that I want to ask you, and I want you to write this down if you're able to, is my holding on to fill in the blank worth the emotional toll on my health, heart, and happiness. And I want you to think about something that you're holding on to. It may be a grudge. It may be an act that somebody perpetrated against you. It may be something that you said about yourself. Because much of this is what we keep saying about ourselves. Much of this is how we attack ourselves, and we keep saying, well, this is what I am, and this is what people told me I was. Listen, is my holding on to that worth the emotional toll on my health, heart, and happiness? Because there will be a toll. Hate carries with it a toll. And I hope that you do not want to pay that toll. This kind of energy can happen particularly in romantic relationships, because you are going to grow and expand that which you feed. Are you feeding a positive attitude? Are you bringing love to the table? Are you operating with the people that you are interacting with, knowing that they have your best interests in heart? Are you operating from a foundational principle, stacking on principle one that I gave you? Are you operating from a clean slate and presuming the best? Or are you presuming the worst? Because if you're presuming the worst, you are adding to an emotional toll that doesn't even exist except for in your decision to choose the bad and to focus on it. You get and you grow what you feed. This is why perhaps tomorrow we will witness on ratings and probably size even. I'm making a prediction. We may witness one of the largest inaugurations we've ever seen in the history of the country. And much of that is because not only is the president that's being inaugurated been focusing on him and his inauguration and crowd size, but everybody else who's against him has been focusing on him too. So it's been an amplification of that vibration. And the minute you send something out that says, hey, whatever you do, don't look in that box. What do people do? They get fixated on looking in that box. If you say to somebody, you bring it in the house and you say, hey, everybody, I just want to make an announcement. Whatever you do, don't look at what's inside this box. I guarantee you, you better put a video feed on that joker if you got kids. Because people just going to be, you're going to walk through the house and people are just going to be staring, trying to see what's going on because they get fixated on it. So we have to be careful as we move forward to make sure that we do not fixate on the problem. That we do not fixate on the hatred and the division, but we fixate on love so that we can then be powered and guided by the vision that comes from it. The third thing that I want to give you is a quote from Dr. King that says, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Take a deep breath on that. And I want you to decide in your heart of hearts if you think that resonates true. And I want you to think about a time where you out-darked a dark person. If you attempted to say, this person is so funky, you fight fire with fire. I'm going to fight fire with fire. I don't know how that works. People in California are not fighting fire with fire. They're dumping powder and water on it. They're doing something that is opposite. So you cannot drive out hate with hate. Only love can do that. The principle that I want you to adapt and understand is love in practice. Love in practice has the power to break generational cycles of negativity by introducing kindness and compassion where before there was only anger and selfishness. This is real-time treatment, real-time work today, y'all. So I'm leaving that up so you can write that down so you can screenshot it. Love in practice has the power to break generational cycles of negativity. And it does it by introducing kindness and compassion where before there was only anger and selfishness. How does this apply to us, Rev? I'm glad you asked me. Stop taking everything personally and stop feeding fires. When you're having interaction with loved ones, whether they be your friends, your children, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to name that, you have to learn, we have to learn to stop taking things personally and decide which fires we want to fuel. In any relationship that is meaningful, there is a conflict and you're trying to match dark energy and negative energy with negative energy. Guess what can happen in that circumstance? What can happen in that circumstance is a person can win. If there's a disagreement, if there's an argument, one person can win, and you can out curse the person, you could out yell the person, you could out insult the person, you could do it, and you could feel as if in that temporary moment that I got it, I got my point across, I got heard, I struck back, I drew blood, first or last blood, and I scored a victory. But there's a concept in interpersonal relationships that I want to give you right now. You could type this in the chat box. When you are interacting personally one-on-one with people, if I win, we lose. If I win, we lose. So we can't be counting these W's and L's up. We have to look at when we want to operate from a place of love, how do we operate from a lighted place of love? How do we operate when things happen and we get an opportunity to either feed the fire or diffuse the tension? Because when we diffuse the tension in love, when we diffuse the tension at work, when we diffuse the tension at play, sometimes play gets out of hand too. When we diffuse the tension, we promote a collaborative environment. And the collaborative environment of love amplifies the energy and it breaks the cycles of negativity. See, many of us are on a cycle. We have a cycle of negativity, and the cycle of negativity comes from what we have seen growing up. It is what we've seen in a work environment. It's what we've seen in interpersonal relationships. And so really, we just don't know any better. That's why we say stop being so hard on yourself. If you've known one particular way, that's just where you've gotten to. But we're not living in a place where we're standing still, because 2025 is the year of divine what? Development. So it's time for us to develop something brand new. It's time for us to put a new way of doing things into the world. And that new way will bring us to a successful way. And for today, y'all, make the new way love. Make the new way giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. Making the new way moving forward with the premise that all things are working for all of our good. This is how we change the world, with a love vibration. Last point that I'm going to give you, the last quote that I have for you. Dr. King said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? What are you doing for others? We're going to crack this up, and then after this, I've got space for Q&A if you got questions or comments or observations. But listen, the point that goes with this quote is that love requires sacrifice, but not martyrdom. Reset your expectation to your own vibration. Rock roll, as Scooby-Doo used to say, rock roll, rock roll. There's two things in that. The first sentence, love requires sacrifice, but not martyrdom. But not martyrdom. See, martyrdom is when you take pride on being the victim and you want to die on the sword. Dr. Martin Luther King passed away because somebody took his life because he was a challenge to the status quo, and he became a martyr. That was his sacrifice. But the real sacrifice that MLK made was to choose love over hate. The real sacrifice that he made was to give himself to a movement. And that doesn't always work out, because when we look on the downside, you see a group of kids who were raised without a father. And you see in Coretta Scott King the need for the community pressure for her to not get remarried again, but to always remain the widow of Dr. Martin Luther King. And for that, she was turned into a martyr. Oh, she gave the sacrifice. She just lived her life and dedicated her life to the movement. Listen, the expectations that you have to be a martyr, throw them out the window. Because love, yes, requires sacrifice, but it doesn't require that you die on the cross of the relationship after having carried it up the hill all the years. It doesn't require to do that. Second part of what that quote says that I say with this lesson is reset your expectation to your own vibration. What does that mean? Oh, that's real simple. You can only expect to receive what you are putting out. That's all we got. All we got is our own vibration. So you got to reset your expectation. Are we vibrating? Are you vibrating in the dream space, in the vision space? Are you vibrating from a place of love? Is that where you are? When you walk in the room, do people feel the energy of love? Do they feel this person is ready to start the day with a made-up mind? Do they feel that this person is ready to engage with me with an open heart? Or do they feel that you're in attack mode, that you're in survival mode, that you're in protection mode, that you're in accusation mode? See how our vibration can reset with our expectation? When we changed our vibration, the expectation becomes something different. And I'm saying to you that what we need in this space today is to reset our vibration to a vibrational place of love. Because if not, sacrifice becomes martyrdom. Real briefly on this martyrdom thing, because it's important. There's something that we call transactional love. Transactional love is not truly love. Transactional love is a Western capitalist Hollywood model of relationships that is based only on mythology and not on reality, but it really harms us in our interpersonal relationships because love becomes transactional. In other words, I love you because of all that you do for me. And if you do this list, then I will reward you with this. That's transactional love. And the reason why we have problems with transactional love is the reason why we have transactional problems in finance. If we don't have the money and we need to get something, we are in a pain state. We don't know what to do because everything is transactional. I need money to get gas. I need money to get food. I need something to get my food in and cook. I need all of this, so I've got to secure this bag so that I can get all of these things in my life, as opposed to moving through the world knowing that as I'm operating divine purpose, all of the wealth and resources come to me. So I am operating from where do I support my purpose in this life, as opposed to what do I need to get on a list to get that which I want materially. That bleeds into relationships, and we start saying, here is what I'm going to give once I receive this. And often what we receive is 4 times what we're willing to give. Because when you're in transactional relationships, you operate by the capitalist model of minimum investment, maximum return. How can I get the minimum, how can I pay these people the least to perform the most? How can I have the minimum number of people employed to cover all of the work that I need so that I can get the profit? We cannot operate in relationships when we're seeking profit, because once we start seeking the benefit, it becomes transactional. And we begin to count things and compare things, and that's how love becomes harmful. That's how sacrifice becomes martyrdom. The reason why is because in a transactional environment, you're dealing with a lack of self-love, so that external things and external actions have to then become the marker for how much a person is loved, as opposed to somebody who loves themselves. I can never, ever expect love if I do not love myself. None of us in this place can expect love if we do not embrace a deep and profound love for ourselves, because a person can't fully love you if they don't fully love themselves first. And so today, I want you to embrace this concept of understanding of love, that the expectation that you're resetting is for your own vibration, and that vibration becomes mutual respect and care. When you operate from a place of understanding that selflessness is a part of a relationship, you can inspire acts of kindness and generosity. You strengthen bonds in a nurturing environment, and you cultivate the kind of relationships that are not only based in love, but they are based in resiliency. That's why you bounce back through the rough times, because you're operating from a place of love. That's why you operate from the question, what are you doing for others? Because how you love yourself is a reflection of how you feel about other people, and vice versa. If you say, I don't want to talk to these people, I don't want to deal with these people, I don't want anybody in my business, why not? Now, I'm not telling you to open your purse, give somebody your credit card who's a stranger. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the degree to which you desire to help others is the degree to which you have reached a place where love is overflowing in you, and there is enough to share from the overflow. And you say, I'm willing to open my heart space. I'm willing to love. I am willing to share my dream with those who are in alignment, and we can build together. That is the foundation of the principle of love. And that is where we find ourselves today. So from this foundation, from this place, I want you to recognize that you indeed have a dream, and that this is the love of a king. The love of a king, the love of a queen, it's in the words, it's in the quotations, but it's also in the life lessons. Listen, love is an infinite power, and it exists for each and every one of us. If we dare to approach the way that we want to love and desire to be loved, from embracing the vibrational frequency that we are putting out first and foremost, we get to see how this love can transform ourselves and others. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe? Ashe. Ashe. Oh. All right, listen, I'm going to open up the chat. If you have a question or comment or observation, I want you to drop it in the chat window, and you will be able to share that. If it is a question, we want to put it in there. Sister Iris already is putting some affirmations. That is the word, reset my expectations to my own vibration. Look, sometimes that can be scary. There may be one person out of a million out there who heard that and said, reset my own expectations, my own vibration. They said, I don't want what I put out in the world. They may have said, well, when you think about it like that, man, what am I putting out in the world? What am I putting out when I'm going around my family and my friends and my people? What does it mean? All right. That's the question that we get to ask this week. That question that I ask you about carrying the load. Is it worth carrying it around? When you look at people who are going to bait you this week, when you look at people who you're going to encounter this week, how are you going to approach those encounters? Are you going to go in with a closed mind saying, I got to be ready to defend myself, I got to get in my southpaw stance, and I'm going to take them out verbally? Or do you say, I'm not going to let anything crack my perspective, especially people who are dealing with things themselves? I'm not going to allow them to dent my love bubble. And that's what we're being called on today to do. Sister Christina says, I will share my dream with those who are in alignment with my dream. I love it. Share it, share it, share it, y'all. Again, if you have any questions, you have any comments, you have any observations, go ahead and take 30 seconds and put them on in the box so I can, there may be some things that you're dealing with. So let me know what questions you have. You may have a difficult situation. You may not want to fully give all the details in the chat, but there may be something that you're grappling with that is persistent, that is there. I want to help you with that. If I can in this moment, we would love to do that too. But for right now, I want us to embrace this love energy and to put ourselves in a space of expectation. Shout out to you, Susie. This is exactly what I'm supposed to hear today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I am resilient. Everybody is putting out the chats in there. I am resilient. Sharing dreams, sending the energy for truth and the download. Y'all, we are there. You are there. I just wanted to make sure that if anybody had any questions, they had any comments, that's what Third Sunday is about. Let's take a deep breath and exhale. And as we are recognizing the power in this space, as we are embracing the love power in this space, as we are embracing the acoustic energy of love that we hear and feel in this space today, we're just taking a moment to breathe around the concept of love. And what comes to mind when you see that word in your mind's eye? Go ahead and close your eyes. And we want to radiate around this concept of love. This love as power. In this space of divine energy, we speak that love is amplified. That as we are approaching these situations, that we are approaching situations that are difficult from a foundational perspective of love, and we pronounce that right now. We pronounce the embracing of empathy and the embracing of understanding. We embrace the gift of active listening as we go forth today and into this week. We are making the decision to choose what we focus on with our love power today. We are choosing to feed that within us that is amplifying the love vibration for others who come into our circle. And we are recognizing and embracing right now, divine source, that darkness indeed cannot drive out darkness. And so we embrace the light within us. Inhale and exhale. We speak today that love in practice is breaking these cycles generationally of negativity. We are now infusing kindness into the world. We are now dispersing anger and selfishness. We are embracing compassion into the world. And we embrace this love from a place of radiance from our hearts and extend it to others who are in need. And as we lay this energy before the world, we recognize that this energy comes from you, divine source, and for you we are ever grateful. We're grateful for the strength of this community. We're grateful for the power in this community. We're grateful for the selflessness in this community. We're grateful for the service in this community. And we are grateful to know that love is the most powerful tool for healing. It is the most powerful tool for growth in any relationship. So we pull it out the toolbox today and we lay it on the table. And we embrace our gift and our superpower, the power of love. And so this week, we build connections that are fulfilling. We build connections that are strong. We build connections that are deeply fulfilling. And we encircle ourselves with this radiant love light that will power us evermore. Inhale and exhale. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. And so it is. Y'all all right? All right. I love y'all. And that's a fact you cannot change.
Tell that to somebody. I love you today, and that's a fact you cannot change. People will be excited and freaked out by it, but hey, excuse me. I love you. That's a fact you cannot change. Thank you. 911. No, I'm just kidding. I have someone here who's very weird. Don't just do it to too many random people as you are there. That's how we go. As our hearts and minds are clear and we prepare to go into the world that awaits our light, we begin to prepare to sing our final song and get that out into the atmosphere. We speak that today's service has been good to you. We want you to say something to somebody in the chat. We want you to let them know that you are here, that they are loved. Say it to somebody. Give it to somebody. Put it into the atmosphere for someone, that we have that peace, love, and joy. Yes. Thank you. Y'all, when y'all are in this chat, when we get ready to close tonight, or today rather, we want y'all to say something to somebody in the chat. Grab somebody new or somebody you don't know and say, hey, I love you. Or, hey, I speak love into your life. Or, hey, we got this. Whatever it is, put something good into the world, y'all. That's how we do it, Infinity. And that good feeling that you have right now, it is the recognition that you are a being of light. And as we are connecting around the world to sing this closing song, we are recognizing that we are all family. And we got you. We got you right here at Infinity, y'all. And that's what it's all about. So let's bring the words up on the screen and let's sing together. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Oh yeah. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. I said, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Oh, God's reminding me. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore. And together we say and sing. Amen, Ami, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Oh, y'all, as we get ready to get on out of here, we just say thank you so much. I want to thank our tech crew for rocking with us today. Sister Alicia Hamer, Brother Tony Signaris, and Kai Omalara somewhere for rolling around. We love you guys. Listen, we'll see you next week, same time, same place for Yoga Sunday. Celebrate today. Do something awesome tomorrow. Y'all relax. Let us know in the comments that you're here, that you're rocking, and you're with us. We love you guys. Again, that's a fact you cannot change. On behalf of the Infinity Fellowship, Rev Jeff, Lady Kenitha, we'll see you next week. We love you. Say something to somebody in the chat. Peace and blessings.